Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. I am your pilot instructor, Della Nooch, alongside with my co-pilot.
Your boy JB.
Good evening. It's yours truly, Venus Noir, in the plane this evening, ready to take flight.
Let's do it. How y'all feeling tonight, man? What's going on with y'all?
Chilling, it's a good night. We by the fire, enjoying the heat. We got the dogs outside.
You're going to share the fire.
Yeah. I'll share it for a couple seconds. Let y'all see what's going on.
Oh my God.
Little bonfire action going on. You
Enjoying
feel
the
me?
Yeah,
beautiful
toasting marshmallows, making s'mores, and all that kind of stuff.
Nah, ain't no rubber, no sticks, no marshmallows, none of that.
Yeah,
We chilling, men circle. Power. But tonight, let's start it, man. Let me start this one real simple, man. How many of y'all ever said, if they want me, they'll show me?
day. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah, I figured that.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
Now let me ask you the real question. How many relationships ended because both people were waiting?
A lot.
So tonight, the real question, when you say I don't chase anyone, is that confidence or is that fear of being rejected first? Fasten your seatbelts. This one
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm
might
gonna
not
answer that
land
first.
easy here.
I'm gonna answer that first because I've been going through that a lot. I ain't gonna lie, it's the fear of rejection, but it ain't even more so the rejection part. It's more so like nobody really don't know what they want to do for real. So I'm not finna come out first and say, hey, we finna do this. I don't know what's on her mind for real. She might gonna say some different shit. You know what I mean?
Respectfully, like that. V, any
Who's
thought?
speaking?
That's JB.
JP. I just want to know so when the voice is, and so the audience know who's speaking too.
Copy. V, what's your
So the
thoughts
so
on
the
the little
question
intro?
is,
Ain't no question. I just read the little intro. Just thoughts.
if a person is pursuing chasing, and if you don't chase, are you not chasing because you're afraid? Huh. It's interesting because I got a phone call today about a situation in which a couple, he stepped out on her and now they're having marital problems. I don't know this couple, but friend, it's a friend of a friend.
Got you.
And now the question is, do they, stay in a relationship? So it's just fascinating that this is the topic tonight because it's kind of centers around they're trying to see who's gonna be the one that helps restore the relationship, and I feel like it should be him because he's the one who
Mm.
violated the trust in the relationship.
But it takes two,
But
man. It can't
yeah,
just be on one person. I mean,
yeah,
I would be interested if you can get in touch with them, see if they would be interested of joining us live, and I mean not fixing their situation, but talk about it, see if they will join the join the
I
show.
literally don't even know them. It was just like somebody called me to get my insight on a female's perspective in the situation.
Copy.
That if I was in this situation, how would I feel? Um, but anyway, back to the topic. In this particular case, they haven't been intimate for like a year.
Hmm.
So he's actually the one who's kind of going after her because they're also married. So
Yeah.
as a man, he's definitely he needs to he's to get his little itch scratched, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, gotta do it. Gotta get it somewhere. Vice versa.
okay.
Interesting. The first question. So look, we could just jump off on the first question. Two people wait for the other to apologize. Boom. First question is that's the scenario. First question is who should break the silence? And in your case, you said the man, and why?
Only reason why I say in this particular case, this is, each situation is different, of course. And everybody, and also everybody within, we're all different as human beings as well. But in this particular case, he was the one who violated the relation, the the commitment in the relationship. They were married, he stepped out. He had an affair. The only other thing though, something just dropped into my consciousness was a situation in which if she's not having sex with her husband, is it his fault or her fault? That if he violate, because I he asked me, am I aware that men need to have sex? I told him, yes, I am aware of that. I'm aware that men need to have sex. And so in this case, he violated the relationship and now she's denying him sex.
Which is still not right. Even if you want to get biblical or Christian, however, she still has to perform that duty.
And now I actually brought that up too. I actually brought that up. I was like, well, if you want to get biblical, it is in the Bible that she's supposed to, satisfy her husband's needs.
Yeah, your
It's
feelings.
actually biblical.
And this, I mean, it ties back to, like I said, it's the people trying to fix people and not. I think Primo said it best. Not meeting people where they're at, not accepting the person who's in front of you, instead of trying to manipulate and go around and fix and stuff. You feel me? If that person, as you was courting her, had, you feel me, not mental health problems, but problem expressing herself, if she gets, you feel me, hurt or certain triggers that, you feel me, from other relationships, you don't want to that's not something you should take on if you're not built for that. If you got if you're dealing with, not the similar problems, but just any of your relationship problems, if all your ducks ain't in a row, you should not be taking on something that, you feel me, it's not fit for you.
Yeah, I do. I feel you. Feel you.
And who should break the silence? It is obviously the man has to, you feel me, move in a way to where it's not dominant, but it's like, but it takes two. The woman has to, the man initiates, the woman has to give it up. You feel me? So it takes two in a situation. So who should break the silence? If it took y'all to get to that point, it should take y'all to be able to,
To break the
come to an
silence. But
agreement
some
and
people are
fix
not
it.
that, some people are just not that mature. And even as the older I get, I just see how there are people I know in their 70s and 80s that are very immature. And I guess, I guess society kind of has this be young forever type of thing that's, been programmed into people. But maturity is a blessing. And,
Yeah.
because to me, that's how you keep the drama down, becoming wiser and mature. But some people, they stay kids forever, just, and that's why they say ain't no fool like an old fool, like an old fool. But
Respectfully, we know our people. You feel me? And I'm just speaking on our people. Our people are children at best.
yeah,
You feel me? We've had some elders while I'm living. You feel me? While you're alive. You feel me? And before us, and we're gonna have after us. However, overall, we know our people. They're just overall children. So maturity, like you said, a blessing. That's they're going. The blessings are the ancestors now
yeah.
because
I just find that the wiser I get, through my own life experiences or studying stuff, or, I'm always educating myself. But I do find that I don't like drama. Like I'm one of those people. I don't like drama. If things get dramatic, I bounce. I'm out. Like my peace of mind means a lot to me, and I just find that to maintain peace of mind, it does take maturity. You have to be mature. Try to keep the drama. Take responsibility and try to keep the drama down as much as possible. And I just find that some people, they don't grow up, even though they're in an adult's body, you know?
Well, we're here to come and have. We spiritual beings come here to have a human experience, and
Yes.
nobody has had the greatest human experience in order to set the parameter. Like this is what you feel me. We need to be doing. We've had our things that we admire and we look at. You feel me? But nobody down here has it perfect. You dig? So we all, you feel me, in error trying to correct ourselves, type shit. Second question is why is an apology difficult?
I think nobody likes to admit they're wrong.
I
You
agree with
know, we
that.
all have egos. You know, everybody has an ego. Again, it goes back to maturity. You know, it takes some, you know, to admit you're wrong. I just think some people don't like, they just don't like to admit that they're wrong.
I could agree with that. A lot of people is stuck on themselves and like I said, dealing with whatever they deal with. So when they trigger or they do get hurt, it feels like an attack. So defense mode, and that's selfish. Not being able to know that it's not all about you in that situation is selfish. And you feel me? Immature in itself. So people not knowing how to move forward or deal with it, a problem to make a solution out of it. Solution based people. But even like I said, that's taught. There's no people that really got it right. We can go on what we've been taught and say that, this is the etiquette or the right way type shit. But nobody really has it right. In my opinion.
Like, I actually have
Even
to talk. I mean, when it comes down to when I'm wrong about something, I don't like to say I'm sorry all the time. I force myself to do it. I have to talk
Mhm.
to myself. I literally have to say, Shelly, I wasn't right. I have to really talk to myself to do it, but I do it. I do my best, but I have an ego too.
We all do. And that's the one we trying to overcome, move aside, take control. You go get people hurt. Second one I got is someone says if they want me, they'll show me. No, they'll show it. Is that confidence? Is that confidence speaking?
I think that's expectation.
Hmm?
I think that's if they want me, they'll show it. It all depends, you know. It all depends. I think we had a similar conversation to this a couple weeks ago, right? And if they want me, they'll show it. And I think it's, you know, yeah, we
Yeah,
did
we have.
have a similar, I can't remember the nature of that, but I remember us talking about something similar maybe about a week or two ago.
Yeah, it was a similar question
Yeah. And
or a similar scenario.
so
Time.
similar topic is, you know, do we need to have that type of validation? If they want me, they'll show it. As a female, you know, who's heterosexual, if I can say that these days, you have to be specific these days. Um, I find that when a man is into you, he's into you. And if he's not, if he's just not that into you, he's not gonna show it, you know. But if he wants you, yeah.
What she said, but some females would allow you to, you feel me? You can want a female all you want, apply pressure all you want. He does it.
They have this thing in their mind of who they really want. However, relationships is based on proximity. So it's usually who's nearest you, Not too much. How much long distance relationships you know?
So how many I know?
Yeah, long distance. Like you feel me? Rocking hard. 5+.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I must have had one. I could use me as an example. I must have had one. I ain't gonna hold you. Shit was only going good because of me, because I was really applying the pressure to it like I was supposed to. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you, but once I felt like I was overplaying my part, you feel me? I had to fake fall back a little bit. 'Cause that's been a problem. They'll fake overplay their part and shit with a female. Some females really don't even accept that shit. No funny shit. It don't matter what the like. No funny shit.
You flying alone? Is that
That's
someone
a lot
serious?
of there's a lot of influences today.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, there's a lot of influences. I think that's really unfortunate. Things aren't as simple. There's so many different influences now today. And everybody's trying to figure out, okay, do I do it this way? Do I do it that way? Was somebody on social media said this is, the way to do it and da 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 da. It's just so many different influences. In the back in the day, it was just a lot simpler.
The main influence is money.
Mm.
So it ain't all
That's a
influences.
fact
It's
though.
all for
That's
the love
definitely it's all it's
of
about.
money.
It's all
For
it's
the
about.
love of money.
I
That's
think what
it.
y'all
It's
grew up
not
back then
a
with y'all.
major or many. It's
I grew up
one.
with y'all back then, like with the people that's way older than me. I feel like life would be a lot easier. Far as female part. These females these days is different. They different from a lot of females. And some older females might say one thing, but the younger females they need to try to hear that shit. They ain't trying to hear that shit.
Because they're in a phase. I ain't gonna say whole phase, but we could say that when you're younger, we go for the big, and then you go big when you're young, and as you get older and don't get those things or get to have those things as a luxury already, you appreciate the small things. You feel me? So they're in their go big phase. So they're going, you feel me? For the gusto, for the jackpot, for the mega millions.
I
They
think
gonna
it's
be
it's
fucking. My bad. Go ahead. You can talk. My bad.
no, I hear a lot of young men. I hear men talk about that a lot, and you know, um, I have a cousin. She's getting ready to get married to somebody who's much younger than her, and he feels, that younger women don't share the same values that
Oh,
he has.
I wouldn't even say younger. It's nah. Yeah, you could say that because what I'm gonna say is gonna basically say the younger people. But yeah, you could say that. Like the younger generation, cause like me, I mean, me for example, once again, it's different stuff. I want to do it myself, but you bring it to a female and tell them how you want to do it. They not used to nothing like that. They'll be supportive with it for a little bit, but after that, it's like they just want the money for real. They just want you to do for them. They'll support as long as you give it for real. Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's as a man, that's what you're supposed to be getting on your thing to do. If you want to be a man,
right.
the best thing about being a man is having a family.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. I don't mind giving, but is you with me for me or is you with me for what I could give you though? That's what I'm trying to break down. I'm not finna just
That's
be with
not
you for you feel me? Just for what
as a man. Think if do it. You feel me? That's not. That's shouldn't be on your mind. Is come on, my girl. You serious?
some shit that
That's
happened
not
to me
what should
before.
be on your
You
mind.
feel
What
me?
should be
It
on your
wasn't on my
mind?
mind before. Now it is. As a young nigga growing up, turning into a older nigga. I'm only 21 still, so that shit still that's definitely I definitely got that into my head. Don't be with me for what I can do for you. Be with me for me. No funny shit. Cause I'm gonna do for you regardless. You with me?
That's
Like,
a part of you.
you feel
Is
me?
what you could do for. Like you, the hunter and the gatherer. You feel me? You're supposed
Okay.
to provide and protect and bring back whatever
Oh,
you.
somebody just joined. Who joined?
Who that just joined up in the building? Who just jumped in the flight with us?
Gemini.
That's money bags. Extraordinaire. So extraordinaire. It was good, my guy.
Yeah, I just woke up.
Just woke up, man. Come on, man. We hear all that stuff in the background. You got to mute it up or something.
Who me? I'm in the kitchen.
No, we
Am I
hear
making too
somebody.
much noise?
No, no, no. That's the thing.
Nah, that's Jem. His fan or something. Second question is, what rejection are they avoiding? If someone says they love me, they'll show me.
What rejection are they avoiding? Someone says, if you love me, show me. What rejection are they avoiding? I think like what's the young brother who was just speaking?
JB.
He was just saying, he wants to know that someone cares about him for him, not just what, you know, um, they can, do for him or he can do for them. I think if there's an element of that, like if I, you know, it's just making sure that somebody cares about you and everything is not in vain.
Respectful.
What she said, I ain't gonna hold you.
But we know the world. We got to be honest, and we got to be honest. You feel me? The younger me would have had thought, would have had that mind frame. The me today knows that nobody cares about man's feelings. You feel me?
Mm,
So,
mm.
and it's not that they don't care, and if they showed empathy towards it, you feel me? Is that's not the world we're in. So we have to be honest, as a me being honest to my younger self, and being honest with this younger brother. You feel me? To be in your feelings so early is not recommended. This is something that, you feel me, will drive you crazy. Trying to think outside the box for somebody else. You can't do that. You feel me? That's more focused on something else that you could be um focusing on towards you and yourself. What's going to attract? You feel me? You're the magnet. You're not. As you do that in your feelings, you repel stuff that is supposed to come towards you. You repel it away from you. You dig? Because you're stuck in your feelings.
So you trying to tell me I'm in my feelings?
No, I'm not. I'm no. It's good. We have to express our feelings because that's where some of your boundaries come
Nah,
from.
that's
That's
a
what
fact.
you will.
I say
That's
about
where you
like
will tolerate and what you won't tolerate.
I
So
say
for you
four
to
months
do
ago.
it early and to know that they're, you feel me, they're a part of you is good early. A lot of people don't do it, and it leads to medication and leads to diagnoses, sicknesses, and all other stuff that they carry with them as a person.
Yeah.
But when they try to cohabitate with a person, you see all the difficulties that they go through based on their selfishness of not doing the inner work on themselves. You feel me? So if you express these things early, it's a beautiful thing. However, don't focus on that. Is what is
That's
would
a
be
fact.
my type
That's a
shit.
fact. I haven't you said that.
Um, where was he at? Oh, rejection. Rejection are they avoiding? And that's the inner work, as in saying that to try to repel themselves and say that they'll come to me, they'll love me when they want to love me. Is there's work that they have to do. They feel that they the sun, they the shit. Everything will move around me, as it will if you moving with that energy. If you're moving with other type of energy, you see it as the planets move, it repels different things. And certain planets that stay in that circumference
I was about to say it's a shooting star as we talking about this.
get all the love and the light. You feel me?
Nah,
So there is a way to use that energy respectfully, and then how people, if they're not taught that way, it'll you feel me? Be chaos. You see it in relationships type shit. That's what I would say. That's what they avoid. And Jim, you got any thoughts? Or V, you heard me? Last part I was talking about.
Heard anything? I just tuned in.
Cut out for a minute, but I think I'm picking up on what you're, you know, I got kicked out for a second.
Someone says, if they want me, they'll show it. The question we was on is, what rejection are they avoiding?
I think
Somebody wants me.
everybody. Uh-huh. Go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry, brother.
Ladies first.
I shared. I shared before you came on. Oh.
So you're saying if somebody wants me, they'll show it?
The scenario is someone says, if they want me, they'll show it. The question is, what rejection are they avoiding? They're going top, but right.
The
In
truth.
other words, if they want me, they'll show it. And in other words, you're making them make the first move. Why wouldn't you make the first move?
Yeah.
Well, as a man, how I was brought up is hold your shit together, take care of others. Long as there's a smile there, you're doing a great job. But then it comes, connection, communication, respect. So that's a deal breaker. Um, what rejection they showing?
Yeah, what rejection are they avoiding?
The change in you. That's my strong suit. The change.
Like
They
that.
think everything's they think it's the past still, and not realizing that, or understanding that I'm doing. You have to do. Like I've been doing my job. Now I got what I want, and you're still kind of stagnated. It's going to catch up in the long run, and that energy ain't going to be. It ain't going to be what that person want anymore. But you still trying to decide, should I? You put yourself in a situation to where, okay, this man's doing something for me. I ain't got to do too much. I'm not getting disrespected. Nothing's happening. Nothing's cheating, beating, none of that shit. So, you got to make a decision. Because he already did. Comes a point you just got to make up your mind, man.
So you land?
Yeah.
Be any thoughts? JB?
What was the question again?
What rejection are they avoiding? I get, yeah, you say you agree.
Oh yeah,
what
yeah,
V
yeah,
said
yeah,
in the
yeah.
beginning.
What she said.
Any last thoughts before we leave this
No,
destination?
no, I landed. I landed.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's hit this first commercial.
From the mind of Robert Trouble Johnson, a storyteller from Poughkeepsie, New York, with over 10 novels. But in Poughkeepsie, peace is just a pause before the storm. Raven was an invisible housewife, living a quiet life. Until one night, the truth kicked her door in. Because when survival calls, you don't stay soft, you evolve. The God Lady, where innocent dies and power is born. She was a housewife until the streets gave her a crown. Introducing PKNY OG, where street culture meets premium quality. Premium hats, bold hoodies, men, women, and the next generation. Wood strong, worn, proud. Crafted with the Wood strong mindset, rooted, resilient, original. This isn't just fashion, it's identity. PKNYOG. Wear the legacy. Tap the link. Join the movement.
Yes, sir, and we're back. Next one is it's a good one. Both partners play hard to get. Is dating culture toxic? JB was touching on that earlier.
Hell yeah, dating talk. It's definitely dating is definitely toxic. You got a lot of toxic people. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I'm gonna say on that one. It's definitely a lot of toxic people out there. I feel like they need to like stuff that going like that. Like they need a therapist for shit like that. A relationship therapist. Because that toxic shit not cool. Being toxic can get you hurt. That actually be bad being toxic. Having being two toxic partners at that. One could be worse than the other one. Like I said, I feel like it should be a relationship therapist out here or something. Or that help toxic relationships. Like I said, that should get you hurt bad.
But anybody else? What it was? You was dating or?
That's a good in your
Yeah.
I didn't hear your question.
Question is scenario is both partners play hard to get. Is the dating culture toxic?
See, that's a it's different because you're dating. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's totally different than a relationship. So I wouldn't know how to answer that. Dating is just, 3 nights, 3 days, 2 nights. You feel me? If it goes well, goes well. If it don't, you're just dating. But if you get to like 3 months, then you're close to more of a relationship than dating. You practically know each other and learning more and more about each other. So you said the last part was what?
Is dating culture toxic? I think you just explained toxic dating culture. 2 nights, 3 days.
Yeah, but it ain't toxic. It will never be toxic because you're just meeting. It will never be toxic. But as you progress from it and you learn a little bit more, you still have a chance to get out of it. But it's already been 7, 8 months type shit. Then you won't even find out if it's toxic within probably like a year or two. I always did this. I forgot how I played it out, but I did the 5-year bid. First, getting to know. Second, you should have a good sense of humor of your partner. The third year is the hardest one. That's when the move in and things unravel type shit. Then the 4 and the 5 is if you could deal or you still want to continue. So after I do my 5-year bid with the person, that's basically how I used to do it.
You make it sound like a penitentiary.
That's what I'm saying. Like that sounds toxic to
That's
most.
that's That's not toxic. Toxic is not dating though. You move past dating,
Can you be
right?
the judge of that, or people around you?
Can I be what?
Can you be the judge of that, or people around you?
No, I don't know who does the 5 year
General,
bid
general
like I
people, or
do.
just, you know,
Every relationship is
people have to
different, bro.
think this, or do we have the right to say we not toxic? I'm not toxic, but people around us say y'all toxic.
And then a lot of people take their old relationships and bring it to the new one. So that's a bummer. They don't give themselves
To be
time to
honest,
heal.
we're not in no dating culture. Niggas is in hookup culture. Niggas is trying to get pussy,
Yeah,
and
that's
women is
dating.
trying to get, you feel me? Get their coin.
There's kids and there's grown men. That's the difference. The kids got this shit locked down. They want to go fuck. Niggas, we done did that shit already. We're already in our 40s and shit. 30, 38, 39, 40. We ain't looking for no dating, bro. We ain't.
So yeah, even if, all right, even if you explain that, a grown man that's done did it, been there, done did that.
So then we know what we looking for.
He's not in it for dating. He's in it for one reason.
Yeah.
He's
So
not
that
trying
won't
to.
be toxic. That won't be toxic. It'll be him learning his. If he got that one that he got his eye on, they already did the fucking dating shit. So he's looking all right. Let's go further.
See?
You only get to like the two when they start revealing themselves. Oh shit! Oh, all this is coming out. Oh, what this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. Even on men time. But we're the strongest ones, so we know how to supposedly pick. And some are blind, some are not. That's why I said that 5 year bid.
Yeah, that sounds toxic.
Well, then everything is toxic. Then if we're talking about relationship and the dating, and then you're in there
And
going to a relationship.
that's what we wanted you, not wanted you to say, but that's what we were getting at. Because you went all the way around to say, boom, that. We asking, is dating culture toxic? You just went right in a full circle to come to that.
I don't mean to cut that off, bro. Funny shit, but can everybody hear me? Right?
Yeah.
All right, peace though.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Like you don't really, you don't even really gotta for real. I mean, you could know a person for about like a week. Toxic shit can start happening. I'm not even gonna toxic shit because you can start seeing toxic shit. I'm not going. You don't gotta be in a relationship. You could just be friends. You can see mad toxic shit, and it come from you start seeing it yourself before everybody else starts. Bro, not gonna lie.
But what y'all
Toxic.
call toxic ain't really toxic. Y'all,
That's
because she's checking your texts
nah. I'm not
is
talking
not
about that.
toxic, or
That's not toxic.
saying that
That's
you can't have no women
nah. That's
friends. That's
nothing.
not
Nah,
toxic.
that's not.
So I'm just saying
Talking about
certain.
the fighting shit. Then friends right the next 2 seconds right after the fight, and then you fighting again. Niggas breaking shit, wanting to cut each other up, wanting to kill each other.
Yeah,
That's toxic.
that's not toxic.
That's
That's
not.
Mental health
Nah,
problems.
that's toxic.
And then this is where, like you said, the
That's toxic.
therapy is needed. You said the therapy, you had mentioned that, and I'm like, that's a good thing. It's fun.
Yeah, you need that.
Like
People need
young
that.
people, a
Not
lot of
me
young people is
personally.
not interested in
People
that.
need
They
that.
think, you feel me, therapy. Fuck, I'm going to therapy for, even though
yeah.
we
But
all have
what
counselors.
age what
Not
age are you going to therapy?
All ages.
any
Everybody go to
age.
eat.
There's little
Everybody go to
kids that go
therapy.
to therapy after their parents pass away.
For
They
for
suggest that
no,
they
we're
talk
not
to
talking
them.
about that. We're talking about the relationship. We're talking about toxic. So when do you get into the program of somebody else telling you how to do your relationship? A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? That's
No,
that's that's
you have. There's no dating counselors. You feel me? Because people are not dating. People are hooking up. People are going based off of what they can get out of each other, and if and after what they agreed on doesn't suit them no more, that's when you start saying that's when either one of them starts saying toxic, starts throwing the word toxic. You feel me?
And other words.
But however, the therapy is not for people who are dating, because if y'all was counseled in the way, as far as if y'all came from the church, your mother and your parent, your mother, both of y'all parents came together and said, look, y'all suit a good match for marriage. So y'all were
If
getting
a if a,
counseled.
if a woman tell me in a week you ain't shit, I fucking hate you, my nigga, got to go.
Respectfully,
You feel me? So you escape the hookup.
most people don't know how to pick what their mate anyway. That's why all of this thing, like I said, what he think assume as the fighting and then breaking shit and that's somebody dealing with mental health problems.
No, that's somebody putting their last problems into the new problem.
Whether it is, it's still mental health. It's coming out violently. You feel me? If you was to sit down and talk to somebody, maybe you would know how to better express yourself versus breaking stuff
And then go
words
right back
screaming
in
and
and then
cursing.
go right back into society. Go right back to it.
I'm saying Mo said it best. He said there's a lot of people out here that's undiagnosed. You feel me? And won't seek the help. If everybody seek the help that, you feel me, that they need it, or if it's not even if they need it, just sit down, talk to somebody, and let them run down some stuff. People will be surprised how much boxes they'll be checked off, how much boxes that you meet. You dig?
I never seen anything in therapy that'll help me the fuck out.
Yes, you have. You seen Land Your Plane podcast? It's therapeutic. It's humorous. It's a little, I
Yo,
know.
this is the mental thing. This is the I love this shit right here. You feel me? But in one room talking to one person about shit that you went to school for, and you got these other words that trigger what's going on with me, and it makes me sound like, oh yeah, I can do that shit on my motherfucking own, nigga. I don't need you to tell me shit, nigga. I know I fucked up. I know I shouldn't have motherfucking did it, but I did it anyway. So all you gonna do is tell me, well, you shouldn't have did it anyway.
Yeah,
My opinion's so
Jim,
much motherfucking
you
money.
are something else,
Huh?
brother. You keeps it real. You keeps it real.
I'm not. I'm really not, because I have to go back to my world. And I'm
Because
the
I keep
only one. Imagine me getting stuff from the council people, and I try to help somebody with, nigga, you don't get the fuck out of my face. Relationship shit, nigga.
imagine
Get
that
the
though.
fuck out.
Imagine you do get something from it, because you imagine you
Something
do
from
get
what?
something from
I
counseling,
can't.
from therapy.
I
What
can't.
did you do
I
so
would
far?
never. I can't.
Imagine
I
somebody
don't live
helping
this
you
way.
to help others. Imagine
What you
that.
do? I'm not even gonna hold you.
No,
What did
I
you
done
do?
did that. What's in my brain? I done tried. I done went around these people, well, my people. They told me I'm stupid. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now I'm gonna take advice from a counselor. Not advice, but they help you out in many different ways. But relationship status type shit. I'm gonna take what you said and apply that to this. Man, if you don't get your soft ass out of here, and that's the woman talking. No, man. These women is more harder than us, nigga. I
Respectfully
don't want
so.
no gay nigga around me. You soft ass pussy. All these names is coming out. Then you want to take yourself to the counselor or whatever they fucking name is to fix what? Get the fuck away. Get the fuck away. It ain't happening. It's not working. And this is the end of the relationship. It's not hooking up. I ain't no
Well,
motherfucker going to
it's not
anybody.
really what it really just what you're describing is sounds like a relationship with yourself. And that's what I think Brother Manny is saying. Therapy is really about the relationship with yourself for the sake of having better relationships in your life. Because we're not all men, and not men or women, we're not an island. You know, we are social creatures, and I think we've been programmed and socialized to be toxic. I don't think we're organically toxic. Um, when they look at indigenous populations that have not been influenced by television and other things in society, they live a more cooperative environment. Some of the tribes, anyway, not all of them. There's a tribe that they discovered in the middle of the Indian Ocean on this island, and they're saying that they're the oldest population of people on the planet. They've been on
Oh,
this
the scent
island.
leaves.
Huh?
The scent leaves.
No.
The Yarwa.
What is it?
The Yarwa.
I think maybe the latter, the
Oh, Latin.
second name that you mentioned. They're
Yes.
they're
That
black.
was
I
the
mean,
Edon.
I think if I remember the name, I can actually see their
The
faces.
Omi tribe, the Omi tribe.
No, they've been there. They've been on the island for, according to what they say, scientifically, 100,000 years. And
Wow.
based on what they've observed, the culture that these people have created, they're very peaceful. Um, and they're not like, they don't have a lot of the psychosis that we have, because we've been influenced so much by society. So I say that to say that I think a lot of the things that the behaviors that we have taken on is a strong influence as well, by the things that we pick up through the media, and especially I've seen it in my lifetime. I've watched the change, especially in our community. Our community is so different, and
That's what
the
they tag.
values.
That's what they tag first.
Yeah, yeah. I think that they targeted the black woman psychologically. I from since the 1970s till today, I think they went after the black woman's mind the most, because she
So you
has the
see,
strongest influence on her
you see how
children.
it's working.
Yes, I
They'll
do.
go for the government and kick you the fuck out. And then the government did what he had to do. We don't need you no more. And they're salty behind that, and now we're to blame. No one comes
Yeah.
around. You're not doing nothing and all that. So a lot of that is the government shit. You see over there, there ain't no psychologists over there. Ain't nothing over there. They're free. We living in this shit right here, and it makes our women. And I think that, not think, but I pretty much know that. Not pretty much know. I'm sure that they're regretting it now. And we got
Black women.
yeah, they're regretting it now. Most of them, not all, of taking on that plan.
Friend, you're black ass.
I think black women who are aware.
No,
I
I
think
think
when
no. Them are
yeah,
safe. Y'all safe. Y'all definitely safe. But it's the ones who who's been mistreated, been misguided, and now they take on their mother type shit, and then it's fuck, 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 fuck. It's like my brother said, nigga, in a week, y'all niggas is hooking up, and then guess what happens? You ain't shit. You dirty bastard. I fucking hate you.
I really think, what I've observed. I'm sorry, brother Jen. Did I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you got it.
Even in my experience, I'm another young brother. What I love about this podcast is that you're inviting people from different walks and different perspectives, and we're learning from each other. And I feel for young brothers and sisters, because each generation gets influenced more and gets pulled away from who we are organically, than more so than the previous generation. And we all have a disconnect. We're all kind of disconnected from source energy, mother energy, father energy, however you want to term it. But I think that there were such thing at one point. We have values, and there are some things based on what works, and some things that don't work. And I think that there's an influence that said, okay, this is too traditional, this is too old fashioned, so we're going to introduce this new shit, And then there was a need for some of the new shit, but not too much of the new shit, you know? And so I think that certain traditional values are important. And, they used to be like, I remember talking to my grandmother's sister, about how you used to have to, a young man had to come and introduce himself to your parents, and your parents had to make sure he was from a good family and all that kind of stuff. Like all that stuff has been displaced. And, just because you want to fuck, and it's the sad part is that the children come from toxic fucking, and then now you got a baby who was born in an act of lust who's not even wanted. And this is a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. It's not just about toxic dating. It's how far it can go, and because sex and all that stuff, casual sex means casual life. So if you treat dating casually, sex casually, everything is casual. Life itself becomes casual, and then it's easy to discard someone, and then you just say, okay, I just threw that bitch away. I just threw that throwing that nigga away, and
All right, then. So watch this. 80. Like just like. Is he here?
He right here. He can hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
Ain't that hookup?
My bad. I didn't really hear what she was talking about.
Nah. See, not me and you made a great. You made a great point, Mother Nature. You made a great point. I just wanted to
thank you.
ask him
I
a
just
question about hooking up. But he didn't
mhm.
hear it. So
About to take me off my feet. I don't know what he felt one time.
how you not listening, man? This is your podcast, bro.
He's putting a fire together right now.
Because he's looking at the fire, he trying to control the
Yeah,
fire.
I could be right outside with him, but
I
nigga,
miss
This is the
those
reason why
fires.
I
I
have
miss those
co-pilots.
fires.
People pick up. People pick up. This is why, when you land your plane, people go to the next.
I would say
You got
yeah,
definitely
thoughts?
but you
that.
had to hear what Mother Earth said.
I would say what she was saying was real. I think it's a lot about how we're raised. We're raised in a hookup culture. Most people are not raised in a relationship culture. We're raised in a culture where people can come and go, relationships can be ended, and there's no actual trying to make it work. So it's like my whole life I never seen my parent settle down. My dad, I see him settle down, but in a sense, based on what he said, I've heard level of regret from it. I've never heard anybody say this is the right thing to do, except for like when I got older and had friends and all of that. So I feel like that's the biggest thing in that. What perpetuates that culture is the one that we are just kind of like raised in and that we have around us on an everyday basis. We have a hookup culture that's just normalized on a higher level. And what that means, like, is more things are just temporarily. Happiness and relationships are seen to be more temporary than they do is like for a long term situation.
What was that?
And if you gain that information, I feel like you gain that on yourself. You know,
Water can't. A bottle can't burn with water. Shit.
Hookup. That's a good way of putting it. Hookup
Yeah, a bottle
culture.
can't burn with water in it.
That's exactly a good way of terming it.
I'm not a part of that hookup like that shit. What was that shit called? I came from Do you like me? Yes or no?
check the
That,
box.
yeah, that's where I came from. It wasn't a hookup. It was crush. Yeah, it was crush back in the
Yeah.
day. You feel me? Now it's hookup,
Yeah.
and I take hookup as, what we doing? If we ain't doing what I'm thinking we doing, you know what I mean? Like, on to the next. That's a hookup.
well, I was fake, I guess, molested as a kid by an older girl on a level that taught me that if the girl likes me, then it's gonna be a physical response to it. So that's where my actual interactions came from. All right, you like me, then we got to hump. If you like me, we got to rub. Because that's what that older girl had did with me, and that's the life that I had been put into. And to me, I remember when I did get older, and I eventually got with a girl
Drop that shit.
who was on some more like, "Oh, I like you, but I don't want to sleep with you" thing. I could never at that point understand how much she liked me because it's like we're not going to sleep together. Oh, you must not like me. You know, we're not going to go to that level, and it must not be a higher level. It's not until I got older that I could see that that wasn't an example of being liked or not being liked.
I remember writing letters to each other. Like I remember walk down the street with your, holding hands. I used to do that shit. I used to do all that shit, bro. That wasn't a hookup. That was us, you know, getting to the next. And there wasn't even no sex yet. It was just because not most of us was virgins. We just figuring this shit the fuck out. That
Yeah,
wasn't a hookup. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm,
I
I'm
think
just saying. Like,
I
that.
think we had because we actually did have an actual culture, not a, this psychological mishmash of BS that comes from, infiltrating our ideas of what culture is supposed to be through pop culture and media. I think we had an actual culture that was, from wisdom from our ancestors and our elders, like they had a standard, so in a sense,
I
I
met
remember.
people's parents, man. I met people's
Yeah.
parents. I ate
Yeah,
at their house.
we had a standard.
You
A
feel me?
community
Respectfully. Yeah.
yeah, we had a standard. There was a standard, all that got dismantled in the 1970s, when we integrated. We lost all of that as Black people. Is because I when I was in school, there was a big difference between Black girls and white girls, like huge. Big difference. And Black girls were prude. We were demure. I know that was a big trend, demure. But we actually were. We were, black girls,
I'm so demure.
but we conducted ourselves in a certain kind of way because we were taught to
And
do that.
don't they call that right now bougie type shit?
They
or
may
what?
call it that. They may,
Demure
maybe
bougie.
now,
Yeah. They call it now.
That was no. Yeah.
you know, and I
I
just, we
didn't.
were raised with a standard.
I didn't go to school initially with any white girls. All the girls I went to school with were black until I got to like in high school. Just growing up, like I said, in the hood that I grew up in, the way we were raised, it wasn't, or I was being raised, or what I was seeing, or what I was experiencing. It was, it was it was different levels of hooking up, but it still had its own way. You know what I mean? It didn't like if you liked me, then we would be going to hump. We'd be going to hump.
Dry humping.
Niggas explain how they go get it. Tag your
Yeah,
it. All that shit.
before I
We
even
used to have squeezed the bacon.
yeah, like I
All
even
that
I
shit.
remember I was telling my daughter one day I was telling
Now
her
it's
like
called hooking up.
I was telling my daughter I was like I don't remember girls having I never was growing up where girls had cooties. You know how some niggas like they grow up, oh, this girl got cooties. I don't remember that being part of my vocabulary ever. I was trying to look at girls' chest before we had the same exact chest. And I'm like, pull your shirt up. Let me see what you got going over there. We ain't even they ain't even have no titties really. And I be hyped too after they pull their shirt up. I go back and tell I go tell my cousin or a friend like, yeah, I just seen her
Nah,
titties. She let me rub her chest. We had the
nah,
same. I might have
ain't
had
no
more titties
promo.
than
You
her.
crazy?
I'm serious.
No, no, because I was just thinking like I had a couple of mini me's, but then I get the big titty joints. I'm like, yeah, this
Yeah,
is what they supposed to feel like,
I was looking
nigga.
at titties before they was like she didn't even get the
But
She
it got
ain't,
developed.
they ain't even have no. They wasn't even in training bras yet. I was already on it. Yo, pull your shirt up. All right,
I was like, man, that's tissue in there. That ain't your titties. That's
let's play
tissue.
doctor. You know what I mean? Like,
House.
yeah, I was doing the shit of writing a letter or holding hands,
Mm-hmm.
but just like I said, I was already trying. I remember I was humping since I was like 6 or 5. I would be humping with no clothes on when given the opportunity, but I hunt with clothes on too. And then once
Yo.
I remember I was with a girl, I was like maybe 12 or 13, and I was trying to hump her with no clothes on, and she was like, "Hold on, wait." He's like, "What?" I was like, "What's wrong?" She's like, You're not inside." I was like, "What do you mean?" And she like adjusted it and put me inside of her, and then I was like, "Oh, this is real life, okay."
My goodness.
But I had been doing that already, like, and it wasn't because I was in South Jamaica, Queens. There wasn't I didn't have a lot of, I don't want to say no culture, but various cultures of like white people, Spanish people. Only people that was around me was mostly like Africans, Haitians, Jamaicans, people of pigmentation level. Some of them were light skinned or whatever, but it still was all pigmented. And I just think again, like it just came. When I think about it in hindsight, it came from the reality of what I was. Like I said, I was already raised in, and nobody ever, and I didn't voice myself to older people enough to maybe somebody to say that's not right or wrong or whatever to get the actual thing. I had just knew what had happened and didn't feel completely wrong about it or see any negative in it. And then it was like, all right, you my girlfriend now? All right, let's cut school. Let's go to my house and let's hump. Right, you know what I mean? Or let's.
Wait,
Uh,
I remember the females that like me. I heard you can kiss good. You heard I can kiss. Nigga, I remember. Oh, it was so real back then. Nigga, you're kissing for like 8, 10 minutes, bro. Like real shit. That
yeah.
shit used to be. That used to be every fucking thing. And then I get to the titties. And then you know what I mean? We get into that motherfucker. Man, what's up? Where we going?
I
We
was
didn't
playing
even
truth or dare.
we didn't even use we didn't even know what condoms were. Probably couldn't fit them motherfuckers. But that like Mo said, pants on, humping. Try that shit with the pants off. It's a whole different world.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world. I got it now. Yep, I already know how to kiss.
And then growing up back then, like I said, it was just different because I was watching porn, but the porn back then compared to the porn that a person could be watching now and growing up on is like my porn was like very almost PG-13 when I think about it in hindsight now.
It really
Like
was.
I
It
didn't
really
have.
was.
Nah,
It
I'm
really
serious.
was.
When you think about it, like
I used to watch porn growing up.
I used to watch Cinemax. To me was porn just because they showed titties and some humping. I would watch that. I'd be like, "Oh shit, this is
Oh,
nasty."
now, niggas gave us the DVD, bro.
Yeah,
No, no, not the DVD, the
the
VCR.
VCR. Yeah, I know.
VCR, yeah.
I had a couple of VCR tapes I fell across. I used to watch my mom's porn tape.
Mhm.
I used to watch her shit. Then I used to have to rewind it to get it back to the number that she would be watching it at. So I think she
Smart
wouldn't be
man.
watching it.
Smart man.
I had to remember where it was at. But on the and then I had cable. They had Playboy and Spice, but even then,
Yeah.
compared now, like what my son could watch or what anybody growing up could watch right now, if they want to
Go
watch
right to
it,
the phone.
they go right to their
Type it
phone
in.
and the internet, and
Type it in.
they're watching fucking like we was watching some fuck. They watching fuck. It felt like I was watching a love making video compared to what they got going on now on the porn site. What a person growing up with, and I think that also affects those things affect what a person is gonna do or wants to do because There's no education in it. Like even the sex education class that you go through in school is good, I guess, but it's still a joke. It's nothing like what you going home and watching on your own time. It's not teaching you the same thing or giving you the same mindset or plans for what you're gonna do with somebody when you get your opportunity. And now it's like I think that on both sides, I'm sure there are people who are just being curious, but your curiosity is, being fed at a high level, and whether you if you in a like I said, growing up in a single household or a marriage household, whatever household you're going in, no matter what, when you go to school, if you have a curiosity about what people do or don't do, is like I'm shocked everybody's not fucking their stepbrother. If you look at X videos, everybody just it's just so much nasty shit being promoted on that type of stuff. It's like you can't expect people to now be thinking about, oh, I just want to take somebody to the movies to just watch it, eat some popcorn. Nah,
Oh,
ain't
I
nobody
don't.
thinking about that.
And then that shit too crazy more where back in the day it was you know a little out to eat movies, and then we just go home and then we chill, and if we doing it, we doing it. There's no money. There's no money like you got to spend this much money on me. This
Yeah.
right here, this right here, they want, and that's what I'm saying. If is it toxic already when you're on the first date and they
It
expect you
depends
to
on how that person is raised and where they're coming from. That's the biggest thing that's going to create toxicity. Have they been raised in a thing that teaches them about how,
right,
that's it's like your guide on relationships is what's your guide on relationship success level, and do you even appreciate those person's values in that area? It's almost like how you learn how to dress, where I could be around people who dress their own way, but do I learn anything from them? And then what? And then even when I learn from them, what do I take to apply to my life?
right,
You know what I
respectfully.
mean? All right, yeah, like oh yeah, they wear socks, all right, but this person wears socks that matches their clothes, or this person wears boxers that matches their clothes. Do I take that and apply that, or do I just say, you know what? I don't have. As long as I got on boxes, I'm good. You know what I mean?
So fucking
Do my
weird.
boxes have to really match my clothes? And I think that's the same thing in a relationship. Do I have to want more from it, or what does that even? What does more from it mean? It seems like life's about filling. A lot of things in life is about a feeling opposed to a reality of what that means. It's like I just want to feel good for the moment. So if I want to feel good for the moment, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to feel good for that moment.
Appreciate y'all sharing them stories, man. Question was, does
Commercial.
vulnerability,
Can we get a commercial real quick, please?
yeah, after this question, does vulnerability scare you?
Does vulnerability scare me? No, hell no.
Okay, where do we leave off? Brother was making some really good points before I got kicked out.
Um, left off at, I think, yeah, but people was going off about dating culture and their experiences, stories, and then
We
we
were
back
talking about
on
what's creating this hookup culture, right?
copy. We picking up
We left them.
on, does vulnerability scare you,
Mm,
I said hell no.
and why?
Why doesn't it scare me?
Yes, sir.
for the simple fact that I'm in control. I'm in control of it. So if I give you something, I mean I meant to give it to you. If you choose to use it in a negative term, that's on me. I just learned something now. I just learned again. Okay. Let me rephrase this. Let me take this back. Let me give that away. Let me regroup type shit. I'm always going to be what I was taught to be. And me being a man, I know what parts of me to let go, to not let go. Now it doesn't scare me because I'm human. You feel me? I make mistakes and I also learn from them. So it doesn't scare me. It just means, that person just fucked up. You use what I want to talk to you about personally and use it against me. That's something that I gotta learn. Everybody ain't the same. So I'm just basically like just, you know, commit. Nah, I can't say commit. I land.
Respectfully. Anybody else? Vulnerability scare you?
Vulnerability can be scary. I know that as a Black woman, my experience has been personally, I have not always wanted to, you know, be vulnerable. And when it comes to relationships, I know vulnerability is very important, but as wanting to always to be a strong woman, you don't always want to show your vulnerability. But I think it can be scary. It can be, but I know that it's very, very important. Vulnerability is important on so many different levels, even beyond relationships. You know, you can't overcome fear um, unless you're willing to be vulnerable. So now I'm more willing to be vulnerable. And just not be so attached to the outcome. And just kind of accept that what comes comes. But I think if I'm too attached to what I want the outcome to be, then vulnerability can be scary for me.
Respectfully.
And I land.
You were saying something?
I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna skip that one.
Oh man, you being vulnerable.
That's
Vulnerable, man. You showing. You showing. Scare you, man. Don't let it scare you, man. Let it scare
Don't
you.
let false expectations appearing real.
I'm
Let it
skipping
scare
that
you.
one. Next
Dirt.
I would say, obviously, being vulnerable is letting some type of guard down. I've had bad experiences and good experience on both. I don't think there's a fear to be vulnerable that I can actually just remember out loud. However, I do think that it's person based opposed to just a guy. It's like I think after you express some level of vulnerable to somebody and then that person hurt you, it can lead to me being less vulnerable with that person as far as like my emotions because I don't want to just tell somebody how I feel just to say those words. Or I don't want them just to know that I'm in pain if I don't think that person's response to it is going to be adequate. But I don't think everybody's response to my pain has to be the way I think it should be. So I think it's really a person on person basis of me learning from the person, learning how vulnerable they are to me and their response to my vulnerability. Has that ever been thrown back in my face if I have felt like I was being vulnerable? Or have I seen any type of solutions that's been based on that? You know what I mean? That have been brought up and added to the day to day routine. If I say, oh, I don't feel comfortable with yada yada, and then I'm not saying the person has to instantly change because I said I don't feel comfortable, but if I see there's some change, that to me is going to lead to me maybe expressing myself more in that area than it would be if I don't feel like there's going to be an example of it. Because I feel like that's what's going to make me go, oh, this person doesn't give a fuck about me being vulnerable. And they're going to see me sore for being vulnerable. And then I think just being a man myself, there's some level of fear of being seen as soft from my partner because I don't want my partner to think, I don't want her to think, oh, he's a soft nigga because he's hurt by everything. So I might not express myself in those areas with a person if I don't feel like it's gonna be productive or create production levels. And I'll land with that.
And you land the plane?
Yes.
Shay, give thanks. Something that came up, brother Delanouche,
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
for the sake of this conversation, how are we defining vulnerability? I'm just asking because something came up because I'm listening, but I'm also channeling at the same time.
How are we defining it?
Yes, for the sake of this particular
Um,
conversation.
Vulnerability is confidence. You're confident in yourself, your situation, and whatever obstacles come your way, and whatever obstacles you've hurdled. So I would say because Mo mentioned putting your a level of putting your guard down. So you confident in even if stepping up to a bully, knowing that you can't beat him, you feel me? You're confident that this is the possibility.
As as I was listening to the
And
brother speak, um, that's an aspect of vulnerability I forgot about, and it's something that I learned that I was ignorant to. It's in what it means to be authentic and how unless you can't even really become your true self unless you're really willing to be vulnerable. And it may not make sense at first, like how does that tie in? Um, but to get over the fear, to get over any fear, you have to be willing to be vulnerable. And and you said the question was, is vulnerability scary? It is. But I think to get over fear, you have to be vulnerable. Every soldier that goes into battle is vulnerable, but yet he can't get courage unless he's willing to go in battle and be vulnerable. And so, but when it comes to love, as scary as it is, I think it's one of the most important things any of us, can take courage to do is to be vulnerable. And I land the plane.
respectfully, somebody was tapping in. Somebody was saying something. Dirt, or he been landed.
I had already landed.
Oh, copy, cool. And let's do this quick commercial.
Where you wanna be in your heart, we call that heart to heart. Mind game.
You are the supreme clientele. You are talking to Vanessa.
Betty Malcolm, I could be your rider. If you're the cannon, I could be Mariah.
Come in here and get a fresh haircut.
If you be the water, I can be the fire. I'm a guy, and you could be Messiah.
In other words, leave that in here a different person than you came in.
try to put crazy thoughts in my head.
Slaps. We back. Shoot, let me run through another one right quick. Pay some of these bills. This book is dangerous, not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning. Side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening. Yes, yes, read at your own awakening. Next one is a partner always initiates. Hold on, no, I don't want that one. Not that one yet. Someone thinks chasing looks desperate. Is vulnerability desperation? Someone outside looked at you. Like, yo, you desperate, man.
I think desperate. Vulnerability is a. There's also strength in vulnerability. I think it'll be
Is that
insecurity.
crackling too much? My bad to cut you off.
It's kind of
Okay.
nice.
I don't want it to be too much. Dirt, you can hear it. Is it too much?
We can hear it, but I don't know if it's not too much. Is it too much for you? What do you guys think?
It's not an
Uh,
issue. It's not a problem. It's okay.
yeah. Go ahead, V. My bad. You were saying about the desperation. I tell you what, listen to the crackling.
Testing.
Um. Oh yeah, she has to come back in. Jam, Dirk, Big B.
What was it?
Someone thinks chasing looks desperate. Is vulnerability desperation?
Someone thinks chasing is what?
They think it looks desperate.
Chasing?
Yeah. They think chasing looks desperate. You can collect your thoughts. We can circle back around. VU is going on.
I apologize. I got cut off. I think vulnerability. That to me, that's more like insecurity. Let me say that. If you're looking desperate, it's more from a place of lack. And to me, that necessarily, because vulnerability, that's why I asked you about how are we defining vulnerability, because there is an aspect of vulnerability which you're exposing your weaknesses, but at the same time, to become courageous, you also have to be vulnerable. But then to me, if you're showing yourself to be desperate, that's not necessarily vulnerability per se, even though you are vulnerable in that moment and you're subjected to how may other people may see you. But the intention behind your actions may be insecurity. And and so I think there's a thin line, between vulnerability and insecurity. And I think, insecurity can look like vulnerability. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. sense. Like I understand what I'm saying, but I don't know if anybody else. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're chasing someone and it makes you look desperate, that's a vulnerable act, but I think the attention behind it is insecurity. And I land.
Okay. Interesting point of view. JB, you got your thoughts together, man?
He fake took one of the first words I was gonna say. I was gonna say that's some insecure ass shit. I ain't gonna hold
The vulnerable or the chasing?
you. The vulnerable part. I mean, chasing. I mean, you gonna get chased. I mean, that's just part of it, real. But the vulnerable part, that shit is scary as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody heard what I said though. Everybody heard me clear, right?
No, not really.
We heard the first part, not the second part.
I had said chasing is a part of it for real. You gonna get chased. Uh, I mean, it's vice versa. It go both ways. You gonna get chased. I mean, honorable part. I said that shit insecure. I ain't gonna lie.
Looking desperate. You mean looking desperate?
Yeah, that part too. The insecure to me at least. To me, I don't know. I'm different. To me,
Respectfully.
I would say the most important part of chasing would be what are you chasing? Right. And why does it even need to be chased in the first place?
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Obviously, if like, are we playing tag? What the fuck am I chasing you for? What are you like? Why am I chasing you? What hoop am I jumping through to prove that I actually feel the way I feel if I have to chase you? I feel like if if we both like each other, there should be a middle ground. We should meet. I don't think that I would have to actually chase somebody to prove it. And I think that when people want to be chased is because of prior situations where they might have felt like they got caught too quick, and that's why the person let go of them. So they feel like if I make this person chase me and earn me, then that person would be more likely to keep me than if they would be if they just caught me faster. But I feel like at the same time, that's not always actuality. It's just like, why am I chasing and what am I chasing for? And if I am chasing, obviously, there's going to be some level of vulnerability because my focus won't be protecting myself. It'll be the chase. My focus won't be expressing myself either. It'll be the chase if that's what I'm doing. So I'm leaving myself open to be put in a situation where if I'm chasing you, I could show up to a location where you might not want me to be there or you might not need me to be there. And that'll open up to me to be vulnerable, you know? And I'm going to land with that.
Respectfully. Jam, you got your
I land. I'm,
vulnerability.
I'm thinking of something. I'm gonna put my own shit out there.
Say what, homie?
Now, I I land. I was thinking of putting a little part, but I'm not. I land.
Can I ask you, brothers, before you bring the next question? Can I ask you, brothers, something?
Go ahead.
Now, I know organically, in nature, the male pursues the female. But how would you all discern the difference between chasing and pursuing? I think pursuit is something that's natural. It's not coming from a desperate place per se. It's just coming from a place of, I'm interested in this woman. But how would you all Because some women, we always among women when we talk in our own little circles when there are no men around, that does come up in conversation. And there has been, female conversations in which we say things like, men love the chase and that kind of. So, what is, you all's insight or offering to women who may not know, the difference between the chase and pursuit? And is there a difference?
But Mo broke down Chase
Good question.
Okay.
playing games and tag and you're it and with the females. I'm chasing you for what? I'm gonna hump you with my pants on. Like that's the chase.
Uh-huh.
Pursuing is the relationship. The humping is the hookup.
Mm,
I land.
Yeah, I would just add to that, to like basically kind of like what he said, what I already fake said. I would say pursuit is more of a leadership role, and while being followed, when chase is I'm just chasing, I'm running after, I'm pursuing on a level where it might not be being returned, or it might not. It's like, do you want to go? You want to go to the pool? You want to go to the beach? You know what I mean? That's it's like, do they want to go or do they not want to go? And oh, you're going to the beach? All right, I'll meet you. I'm gonna be at the beach too. All right, I'll be there. It's like there's is less to me recuperated. It's one sided. It feels one sided, and it gives that opposed to I think that actual person being chased is gonna be less. Is gonna be more of you suggesting your involvement or trying to suggest your involvement or trying to find ways to involve that person without that person returning the same energy.
mm,
Is like, is making plans or trying to make plans that could be pursuing, but to me the chase part of it would be the person not being able to accept those plans or apply them. It's like the same question of you want to go to the movies, you could say that's pursuing the person, and their response to the pursuit, I think, so what makes it a chase or not is not really it's not me, what I'm doing or not doing that makes it a chase. It's my response that I receive from it. Is it recuperated or is it
That's
just
a
one
fact.
sided to where I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? Because you can say, all right, if yeah, I'm gonna cook dinner for you. Okay, I'm about to cook dinner. You hungry? Okay, yeah, I'm coming. You gonna come over and eat some dinner? You can say that's pursuing. But if I'm
Right.
trying to cook dinner and you're saying, nah, I can't make it tonight. I gotta
Uh,
go to the gym, and it's like, all right, now again, me now responding. One of my biggest things I hated from people was I felt like is when you try to make plans with them and they say no to the plans, and then there's no re like scheduling on their part. Not even my. It's like on now that I already made the schedule or tried to attempt to schedule it, and I'm saying, hey, you want to come over for dinner or you want to go out to dinner, and you say, nah, I can't make it tonight because I gotta go um, hang out with my girlfriends or I gotta do whatever. It's like, are you gonna be the person now to say, you know what, I can't do it tonight, but tomorrow or Friday would be a better night to do it. That to me would be the difference between chasing and pursuing. It would be
mhm.
the the ability,
Reciprocity.
yeah, that return of, you know what, I do want to go to dinner with you, and I'm gonna make sure you understand that. I just truthfully, we all live a busy life, so you might just be busy from work, or might know you have to get up early. You know what I mean? So
In
it's
other
like,
words, you're saying if a woman shows you appreciation for your initiative or making an initiative to, she's respecting you. In other words, she's
yeah,
respecting your time. She's respecting your
yeah, that,
energy.
yeah. But that won't be chasing.
yeah, I would say that would be a difference. Yeah, that's my opinion. My opinion, I would say. difference between chasing and pursuing. To me,
Yeah.
pursuing is being a leader as far as letting the person know, hey, I'm trying to get up with you or whatever, you know. But chasing is constantly having to do that with no, like you said, reciprocation.
Mm,
Not land with that.
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank
Jim,
you
you
for
want
your
to go?
responses.
Oh, you landed, JB. You got a response for that? Or answer? I mean, a question.
Nah, I don't got one for that one.
I would say pursuit is you got it and you want to get it again. The chase is you not trying to get it, but they playing games. They dangling. The chase is a possibility. Pursuit is I got it and I want it again. That's what the pursuit is about. Pursuit of happiness. You dig? So the chase, I would say, yeah, is a possibility. And if you be a gentleman about it, you feel me? You'll be in hot pursuit. You feel me?
Hmm. Yes, I do. I'm always willing to be a student.
Next question was when did pride become protection?
Mm.
Vulnerability.
You said who? What?
Vulnerability.
Oh, oh shit! I gotta hurry up and go inside. My phone about to did die. Yeah, y'all keep talking until I get hooked back up. Y'all do your thing.
Okay. Hopefully, it won't this if you, it won't.
Yeah, if I disconnect, I'll be right back.
Okay. Um. He said, "When did pride become protection?" And I would think when pride is protection is when you don't want to look like a fool per se. You know what I mean? And so you have pride in yourself. Pride it can work for you and it can work against you. And because I'll give an example. This is an example in my own personal journey of where my pride to me worked for me and protected me. With my ex, I was so mad at him, cheating or whatever you want to call it. And I fantasized about throwing something through his window at his house. But my pride wouldn't let me do anything that foolish. And so of course I didn't do it. And so I think that's where my pride became protection in that particular instance, because I wasn't going to let myself look that foolish. But in that particular regard, I felt my pride was my protection. But I think on a flip side, there's an opposite side to the opposite spectrum where you could be wrong about something and you need to. I think we talked about earlier in our conversation. You need to apologize, and you are not allowing your pride is not allowing you to be vulnerable and apologize. So then your pride is not necessarily protection in that particular instance. And I think that I land the plane on that. We're all frozen.
It's on you, Mo.
I would say I agree with some of the things she's saying. I would say pride becomes protection once I realize that it's me that has to protect me in a situation. Once that becomes an acknowledgement that if I don't protect me, I won't be protected, you know, and I think that's when it becomes like that. Uh, I think that at one point my pride led me to be the person who can put myself in a bad situation I remember when the big brother came to visit me. I was shooting a music video. Me and Mega, we was rapping. We were shooting a music video, and my big brother came to visit me to be in the video. And I was with my first baby mother, and I remember we had went to go do the video. We was out late doing the video because we was just doing a video. She was not happy about that. We woke up the next day and we went out again. We supposed to be going to get breakfast, but we end up hooking up with some of the people from the video shoot again because they was still like it was a party. It was a party video, whatever. And she was mad about that. We got to the house. I remember she threw like a cup of Kool-Aid on me. I forgot something like that. And I remember my pride made me feel like I had to like get her back now. So I poured milk all over her. And during that time when I was pouring the milk all over her, the gallon of milk, she ended up falling, slipping and all of that in the milk because it was all over the floor, whatever. And at that point, I thought my pride was valid and it made sense. In hindsight, I realized that I don't need to represent myself like that to be prideful. That matching energy is less important than it is. Me and my cousin was talking about that earlier about that. Just we don't know. Like I personally, I'm not just saying there is no one like this, but I don't know anybody who is just woke up. Well, I haven't myself ever just woke up and just smacked a girl, even when I was physically, being returning energy. It was more of me energy than I was setting the tone. I was usually matching an aggressive person or a person like I just said. She poured juice on me, so I was pouring something on her to match it. But it felt like every time I would be matching it, I would be seeming like the person who was the bad person. Because now I done poured milk all over this girl, and now I'm some type of abuser. So it's like now I've learned to allow my pride to be more of a lead, and you know what, I'm not going to match your negative energy. My prideful is more in being who I want to be or leaving a representation who I am to this world. And I'll land with that.
When he asked the question, I said vulnerability, right? It makes more sense when I hear my brother and my sister talk about it. Pride is is what you have. Pride is the respect, the communication, the love that you bring. Pride is all of that. When you don't get it, it's vulnerability, bro. Like you said, should have you have done that, or to milk the whole gallon and all this other extra? The story, right? I got stories like that too, but now I know all I got is me. I'm not giving you the energy you're giving me. No one. I just can't. I'm in too great of a space. So my pride is all that I have left. Me being a man is all that I have left. I've done what y'all stories times 10. I've been with people for a very long time. And I give them every fucking thing. I lose myself. I can't eat right. Can't exercise. I don't feel like doing nothing. And yeah, I might go get a bottle and drink this shit away. I'm killing me. Why they doing Connect Fours and playing around and having fun, nigga? I got lost my vulnerability, bro. Took me where they was going. And I'm chilling with the kids. Now I'm losing myself. And that's where I'm supposed to be with the kids. I'm just You're outside, I'm outside. But I'm home. I was fucked up. So I took my pride back. Everything became what it's supposed to be. I gotta love me and respect me first, or I can't do for nobody. I land.
I was just looking at the definitions of pride. One of them is self respect.
You see what I mean? Thank
Yeah, I guess it's just you have to have that discernment.
you. Gotta take a time out and reboot yourself. Know who you are. Your value is way more important than to be there where they at partying instead of being home with the kids. Nah, I'm Gucci.
We still all in the plane.
Yeah. We all landed.
I'm gonna read
There we come. Right on time. Now
On
read
top.
the definition though. Read the definition though.
read the definition. Okay, pride.
Yeah.
The first definition is a sense of one's own proper dignity or value, self respect. The second one is pleasure or satisfaction taken in an achievement, possession or association. And then the third one is arrogant or disdainful conduct or treatment, being haughty, like haughtiness.
What definition is this?
But those are the three, and that is per. Where did that come from?
Right.
American Heritage Dictionary.
What
That's the
definition?
definition of pride. Pride. Pride.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah. There's eight different. They have eight different, but that was the first three. Number four is a cause or source of pleasure or satisfaction.
Let me
The best
definition.
of a group or class. And then they give an
What
example.
definition?
These soldiers were their country's pride. Number five is the most successful or thriving condition,
You
pride.
pull it out. You pull it
And
out.
the example of that is the pride of youth. Number six is an excessively high opinion of oneself as being conceited or conceit. Number seven is mettle or spirit in horses. And then number eight is a group of lions, usually consisting of several related females and their offspring and a small number of unrelated adult. So those are the definitions.
Interesting. That's
Very, right?
interesting. Eight. Okay.
I know, right? We always know that the pride is the group of lionesses. It's the lion's pride. Yeah, yeah, that's what they call the lionesses. They call them a pride. Pride.
Yeah.
I got you here. Here go
Ooh,
to Oxford.
When pride
A
becomes
feeling of
protection. I
elation.
think when
Yeah,
this
you
is
hear
for
me?
self-respect, I think it's before we move on, I think the conclusion we came to here is self-respect. Maintain that self.
you got to have it. Like I said, you got to have it.
I'm gonna read y'all the
It's
Oxford.
a big book, brother.
Yeah, man, we
What book
don't
is
play.
that? What book
Oxford.
is it? Oxford
Oxford.
Dictionary.
Yeah, we in
We
there.
don't play. Big books over here, man. A feeling of elation or satisfaction at achievements, qualities, or possessions that do not credit an
Are
object
you
of
looking it
this
up
feeling,
too?
a high or overbeaten opinion of one's worth of or importance, a proper sense of what befits one's position, self-respect, a group or company of animals, the best condition.
Is he speaking? Oh, okay. Not. Can everybody hear
Yeah,
each other?
can you hear me?
I
Can y'all
hear
hear me?
it. I hear it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't hear me. Might have to go out, come back in. Well, yeah, that was the Oxford. Since y'all reading, what's the name? Um,
We ready for the next question.
yeah, let's do it. My bad, man. I had to just get back. Got a little chilly out there, man. Feet getting cold. Where we at? Where we at? Someone. Oh, oh yeah, we answered that.
Is that
Um,
pride?
we was at you was at we did the oh, when did pride become protection? All right, so we finished that one. Copy. All right, next one is a partner always initiates plans. Is that unfair? Put you back in the building.
A partner always initiates plans. Do you think that's unfair?
Is that unfair to a
Is
partner
that
that initiates plans?
In the relationship, I guess that would be if one partner was always initiating.
Mm-hmm. Is that
Hmm.
we gotta sit and think on it a little bit.
I
opposed to
think.
unfair and that's it? It's just unfair.
Is that unfair and why?
Mm.
It's a question, not a statement.
Well, I would think if you're in a relationship, I know, a lot of times in relationships, I know women, that I've been in circles with women, both single or, serial monogamous type relationships and fully married and been married for years. In all those different scenarios, um, it often seems that women say that they have to drop a hint, if if they've been in the longer they've been in a relationship with a man, um, to initiate anything. And like anniversaries, sometimes you got to remind a man that your anniversary is coming up, things of that nature. So if I guess if you're in a relationship, you both should be mutually making an effort. Um, I would think. And if it's only one person in the relationship that's always making more of an initiative, no, I don't think that's fair. I think you should mutually make plans together. But I think sometimes more of a responsibility, depending on the person's personality, the two people's personalities may fall on one more than the other. And that's something that the two of you should know about each other as the relationship goes on. And you just, if you love the person, you just say, okay, this person is not going to make the initiative as much as I am. And that's just it's nothing personal. That's just their personality. But I think, the ideal situation would be if both could work together. But I think if one is doing more than the other, I don't think it's fair. And I land a plane.
No, I agree with you. If it's one person that's initiating it, if you knowing your partner is not that party type, the planner or the one that is going to do that, that should be already known up front and already should, you feel me, accepted to where if you are, going to be doing these things and moving forward, know that, certain things is not going to be, you know, catered to. If this person will not, you feel me, definitely will not meet that. So it could, like you said, it could be unfair, but a person knowing their partner and knowing like they're not that type, they're not the one. Instead of celebrating their birthday, they're okay with just chilling at home. The thought, giving them and just running them a bath, a little birthday cake, cupcake or whatever. They not, you feel me? They don't want no party, friends, old friends, family, whatever. They not. That's not them. And if that's cool with you, accept that. But one in a relationship where it takes two, definitely would need both of them, initiating something. I land with that.
I would say my biggest or issue with who's making all the plans would be our level of success in general. If you can prove you making the plans is creating success and happiness and joy in the way that I would want it, then I wouldn't care who's making the damn plans. If that's really the end, if the end result is me being happy, me smiling, and you got it, like you said, you already know what I'm into. You know what my birthday's about. You already, so I wouldn't care if you consecutively make me happy. I have a problem with who's making the plans when I don't feel like I'm getting the result I want at the end of the plans, or lack of plans is not leaving my result the way I wanted it. If the planning is leading to me smiling, I wouldn't give a fuck really who's making the plans or if it's leading to us being rich. If your plan and got us million and make us a millionaire, I'm not gonna sit there and be mad about being a fucking millionaire. Like, damn, this wasn't my plan. I should have. I didn't. I'm not gonna give a fuck about who made the plan up. It's to me, I think is the success or the evidence of success is what's going to be me at some point. If like even like not even at a millionaire, but if I'm seeing this person's plan, if I feel like I can go, all right, this person's good at planning that part of stuff. All right, let me ask you, what's the plan? You know what I'm saying? Opposed to if and then it'd be the same way if I don't feel like you're good at planning a certain part of something where I might not want to ask that plan. It's like those things are what's gonna be the factors or the importance of it.
Respectfully.
And I'll end with that.
Jim, JB.
What's that question again?
Um, a partner that initiates plans, or a partner that always initiates plans, is that unfair?
Like, is it unfair for one partner to initiate the plan, basically?
Always.
I mean, no, not necessarily. I mean, if I'm getting told about it, I ain't gonna lie. See, if she was telling, if the female telling me about the plan, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie. She telling me about the plan. That way, I already know. I already know about the plan. So I'm gonna probably be paying for the plan. She just coming up with the plans for real.
Copy.
So nah, I don't think it's a problem, bro.
Wonder if you the one that always initiating the plans.
I mean, I still want to be a problem with it, bro. I mean, that's what I'm really supposed to be doing. I'm the one that's supposed to be coming up with plans, bro. I mean, both of us should be coming up with the plans. You feel me? But I mean, if you ask me, I'm the one that should really be coming up with the plans. But I don't mind
I
people.
think I think it's how long you been together. Like you
If I
said, if
been together, all right, I say,
no,
uh,
no, no, I thought you landed. My bad.
oh no, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
It's how long you been together. Like you said, bro. If you already in that, you know her already, and she's not wanting to do all of that great shit. That alone, she should break out of that shit, or he should break out of that shit, right? But from a man, if 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 that's what it is, and I always come up with the plan. Now we're in 6, 7 years. I want to see what you can do, man. Like I done did my thing. We keep on repeating my thing. I want something new. Like I gotta keep going here. We ain't got that type of motherfucking money to do. They'll come up with like, yo, let's take a boat trip or some shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I fulfill that shit. I'm tired of coming up with this shit, man. Like, shit. 'Cause then, you know what I mean? She could be sitting there like, you know, I want to do my thing. That growth is there. So if I'm always coming up with a motherfucker plan, I'm gonna get tired, bro. I'm gonna get tired and doing the same shit. I know you got ideas. I know you want to go somewhere. Put it on the table. Like bro said, 9 times out of 10, we're gonna pay for the motherfucker shit anyway. And then, you know what I mean? What makes you happy? Keep doing my shit and I respect and I love you for it. But, you know, I know you want to do something. Talk.
Respectfully.
I land my plane.
Did you finish? Did you land? You want to?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm gonna land with
All right, smooth landing. What else commercial we got in here that I could run to right quick? Oh yeah, check my guy out.
This is BK.
It's Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half. Hot boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo.
Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Whoa. Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, you know, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, you know, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This is my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that. You feel me? Yeah. Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field.
You be surprised what type of men I see on a daily. Oh, what? That make you nervous? You scared?
Nah, not even.
I think you kind of see her go from a stable person to just kind of really wanting to hold on to a relationship that probably does need to end.
Excuse me? It's been a few days with who? Who you been working with? And who are you about to compare me to?
I'm just tired.
No.
I need to get some rest.
No, let's talk about it. Who are you about to compare me to?
Nobody.
Was it the girl that dropped you off? Yeah. I saw that person drop you off. Who the fuck was that?
One friend that, you know, everybody try to keep around in life, you know, that's still, you know, doing the normal things, having a job, you know, taking care of bills.
No, I ain't got much, man, but I know I can only $2.
Nah, man, you don't have to do that.
Man, look, bullshit. You know what I mean? It's your dream, man. You're my boy. Plus, I gotta make sure you give me a shout out, man, when you get your Grammy. I gotta make sure I contribute to your dream, man.
Go watch I'm So Tyrell, Make Some Noise on YouTube. Go watch it now. It's on YouTube now. Now we get a licensing deal and they tell us to take it off. You won't be seeing it and you'll be mad because it's on some sort of platform. So you getting first dibs to watch it before anybody. As we create it, we load it up and you get to watch it.
You heard him. Go watch it. Make some noise, rush it. How y'all feeling, man?
Always good.
We good. We good. I got a couple more, man. We got a
Okay.
2 hour flight, man. I got a couple more we could vibe to, and then we all we gonna land this thing, man. One I got is someone expects to be chased. Is that entitlement?
Interesting. Um,
Did y'all hear me?
yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Has anybody ever watched this TV show called Ready to Love? Has anybody ever watched that?
No.
It comes on Oprah Winfrey Network on OWN, and Tommy, Steve Harvey's nephew, is the host. It's a dating show, and I bring it up because each season, I think this is like the 10th or the 11th season. They just finished the 11th season, and so each season he's in a different city, and it's a reality format. So there's the cast members. It's usually 10 women and 10 men in most cases. And so they date each other to find out which one is the authentic connection. And in most cases, the women often say they do have an expectation of being chased or pursued.
Mhm.
and and if the man is not making that much of an initiative to pursue or chase, they feel that he's not interested, or he's not bringing it. If that's an attitude of entitlement, that is actually a good question. I don't know if I would call it entitlement. I would definitely say expectation. But I think entitlement, expectation may go or become with what you are, how, if you are putting expectations on how a man should pursue you. I think that's when it becomes entitlement. And if he's not doing, like I'll give you an example. One of the young ladies, it was this recent season, she kept hinting that she wanted a massage. So her expectations were that if the guy was really interested in her, that he would pay for her massage. I think that's when it becomes entitlement, you know, and because she feels that if a man is into her, he's gonna just give her, whatever she wants. Or whatever. So I think in that regard, yeah, it becomes entitlement in that specific regard. But I think in other words, it's natural, you know, for a woman, she usually wants it to. And I land the plane.
Interesting. Um, Someone expects to be chased.
I fake had the answer. Let me just hear the question again. She
Someone
did some
expects to
great
be
points,
chased.
so
Someone who expects to be chased. Question is that entitlement?
I think it's a high level of entitlement because I think that as men or women, we all fantasize about other people's situations and their ideal situations and go, oh well, I got a dude who I know bitches chase him all the time, or I got, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's the same thing of where if you thinking you're gonna chase, it's a level of entitlement because you're putting everything in one person's area and you're not putting no responsibility on your side on what you need to do or don't need to do, or how you need to handle yourself except for running and being chased. So I feel like it comes down to that, like people just not just having this belief that, oh, this is what I seen somebody else have happen to them, so In a great relationship, the same thing is gonna happen to me. Opposed to even knowing what it means to build a great relationship with a person or not. Personally, and the energy it takes for that. So I feel like when you're going into a relationship with expectations, it's funny because most people are not. They're coming into a relationship on a losing record because if they was winning, they wouldn't be single. But they already had these ideas of what would make the perfect relationship or not. So I feel like if you do have an expectation of being chased, yeah, you're probably in the wrong situation already. As far as your mindset.
I agree with that. Someone who expects they grew up already everything handed to them to where there's expecting and think that everything is just supposed to be thrown at their feet. They wilding for respect. They about to get some life treatment, and they not gonna like it if not know how to. You feel me? Yeah, respectfully. Did you have some thoughts on it, JB? Yeah. Someone who expects to be chased is that entitlement.
Oh man.
Nah. I don't think I'm about to.
Copy. Second question is, why do they need proof of effort? Why would they need proof? Is because they haven't been told no before, and the yeses just solidifies that I always get told yes. Anything that I want, I can get. And when told no, you feel me? It introduces them to something that they haven't experienced, not ready for, and it's not life altering, but for certain people that, like I said, go through their whole life, everything handed to them, and then get to a point to where people is not so giving or not doing that anymore. It is shocking to them. Shocks the hell out of them. I know that. It's on the floor. My thoughts. Why do they need proof of effort?
Honestly, for real, really, like you just said, because they always heard that's for real. So they gonna take you said. So I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there's no need for proof, but you feel me? That's just how some people with it.
I don't think they can hear you. You gotta probably come closer.
That's really just how some people is, bro. I feel like it shouldn't be no proof. I mean, if you as far as needing proof, I don't confirm. I don't think that's proof. Just because of what you feel me, if you did before, and because you got that many guesses, like you said, I think you can't help but to get a double.
Not that so much giving no. You got the yeses to people that can most of the time afford those yeses and was willing to do anything to make sure you feel me, say yes. So when she gets with a person who can't, you feel me, afford that yes, it's not as it's not afford the yes, but he still genuinely, you feel me, wants to do it.
Yeah.
If he could afford it, yes, he would. However, his presence is him thinking that that's the yes. And for her, it's not enough. Anybody else thoughts?
It's a question.
It is what was I saying? Hold on. Oh, someone expects to be chased. And question was, why do they need proof of effort? Why do they need the proof?
Proof of effort.
Proof of effort. POE instead of POV.
I would say because most people, to some extent, love to brag, and that's something I could tell somebody. Oh yeah, whoever I brag to, whoever my person is that I feel like I brag to, I can say, yeah, my girl is doing this or she's doing that, and I feel like it can be the same thing for a girl about their man. Just being able to brag outside to other people and use that as a verification, because most people's relationship is based on other people's opinions opposed to their own opinions. So they need somebody that they need things that they can use as an example. Like, oh, you got a good girl? Yeah, yeah. My girl, every day I come home, she cooks exactly what I want. She be marinating the food. She don't just be put it together. She take time. She get in there and chef it up every time. She know exactly what I want. She plan my meal out for the week. I'm not just eating random shit. You know what I'm saying? When we eat out, it's important. It's not just a regular day every day. It's like just sitting there putting on top of this stuff so where I can get this type of, like I said, I can get some accolades from the people who I'm bragging to, and possibly or feel like I got some accolades, and I'm gonna land with that.
Yeah, respectfully, I agree with that. I like the part you said, clip that. Should have said clip it when you said it, but people's relationships is based on other people's opinions of that relationship. I like that part.
The last couple of last weeks or so, I've been getting people's advice. And I took it all in. But, we just don't live the same. So I just don't want to take people's advice that we ain't, I don't know if it's level or just like moving different. If you stagnated, I'm definitely not gonna take advice from you, even though it may be great. But you got to live by your own shit, bro. Live by your own shit, cause your advice, sometimes it ain't for me. Nah, I rather just I land. I don't want to say too fucking much. I don't want to say, man. Listen, bro. I land.
There's a way of saying it and not saying it. You're not speaking personally, but you could speak generally. Like I said, words of wisdom. If you could sum everything of what you want to say into a quote, you feel me? Type shit. Put it on a shirt. Get that shit up out of there.
I don't want to put this shit on the shirt.
Put them on his shirt. But yeah, next one is we're gonna land with this one. This is the one right here. Two people reconnect years later.
Oh goodness.
Should they try again?
Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
This is
Let
how
me
we
go
gonna do
first. Let me go first. Let me go first, bro. Let me go first, please.
it. Go ahead,
Yes.
jump out.
Nah, real shit. Yes, though. I'll just say yes because it depends on how you left off, right? So, and then you could both have the same life splitting up early, right? So you get back together, you got things in common. So things of that nature, right? But I recommend just try it, man. I'm gonna say nah, but just try it. You never know. I want to lane with that one. Just try it. You never know.
Agree with brother Jim. Just try it. I'm actually in a similar situation to that now,
Oh goodness
and
gracious, yo, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up. I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck you up.
I mean, after years, it all depends on the reason why you broke up and the reason why what brought the two of you back together. I think if you broke up and it wasn't a good breakup, sometimes you just gotta leave things. But if you drifted apart and then all of a sudden you find each other later in life, it doesn't mean it's gonna work because sometimes the values have shifted for each individual. But you never know. Just sit down, have a talk, see what's in this person's mind and their heart, and see if it lines up with your value system. And it could work. It might work. One never knows. It all depends. It all depends. And I land with that.
I'm gonna say yeah. What Jim said, you just gotta try it for real. I went through something similar like that. I mean, it was alright. It was cool, but I think it was my fault why shit went back downhill again. I just don't care sometimes. I just don't be caring about certain shit. But I feel like people should try it again. I'm not gonna lie, because if you is that you should try it. That's all. You should try. Depending on how y'all ended y'all first relationship, how anybody ended the first relationship, how it ended. It all go how it ended.
Dirt. Two people reconnect years later. Should they try again?
I would say it's obviously between those two people based on some of the things that's already been said. Myself, me and my partner we met in 2009 or 10, maybe 8, I forgot. And our relationship was definitely different than it is now on a lot of levels. I think I'm different than I was then, and I think she's different than she was then. Um, and we broke up periodic times in between that. I feel like if it feels right to be with somebody, just go with the feeling. I don't think that knowing the person or not knowing the person should really be a factor because I also, like I just said, I feel like, oh, the same person you was with 10 years ago, you would hope that 10 years later they're not the same exact person. They don't have the same exact desires, and you yourself don't either. But if there's still that attraction to the person and there's still some type of thing that says y'all should be with each other, I say give it a shot. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there. If somebody told me I'm getting back with such and such, I'm not. Even if I know everything went bad the first time or went bad before, I'm not gonna automatically assume that it's gonna go bad. I'm just gonna, let them live their life and do what they're gonna do. And I would hope the same type of support. And I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully, I appreciate all your thoughts on that. Everyone is. I agree with all of them. What I would say, should you try again? You're not trying. You reconciling something that y'all haven't obviously some haven't finished. So if it's meant to be, take it and be grateful, be thankful. I would but be Sig said a couple what's the name? A couple episodes ago. He said start with compliments because y'all know y'all about to get into it. Start with the compliments first, and then hash out all the other shit. But definitely, go for it. Try it and actually be grateful and thankful this time. You feel me? Take advantage. I'll land with that. Second question is, what stopped them before?
I cheated. Yeah, I did something wrong. I cheated. But I mean, like we both was, and we were young, bro. I mean, we were young.
You want to blame it on the
But
youngness?
well, no, I got caught. Put it like that. I got caught. But we was both doing the same fucking shit, and that's like I said. You know what I mean. Like we didn't beef at the end. It was just like, you know what I mean. Go ahead, go away from me. And I respected it, but it was. When I seen her again, it was like, all right, man. I know what I want. You feel what I'm saying? So we tried it. Not tried it, but we did it. And so I fucked up first.
I
I land.
appreciate that honesty, that vulnerability right there. I appreciate that. Anybody else? What stopped them before, man?
Cheating.
Cheating.
Yeah.
That's two.
I
Don't
think
do no.
I think it's gonna be cheating because we're all young. You see what I'm saying? We're all young at that point. So
And
it's
I'm
gonna
and
be
being
cheating.
and lying, cheating and lying, cheating and lying, cheating.
Okay, yeah, lying to the repertoire, cheating and lying. You got two cheaters.
Because ain't cheating lying, bro. Like cheating is lying, good. But we didn't know no better. I'm a land though.
I ain't about to sit here and lie and say I ain't know no better. I knew better. Feel me? I was just trying to have fun.
I'm going to say, for good night, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to build with you all. And I'm going to turn it in for the evening. I still must get my beauty rest.
You gotta answer that question though.
What? Okay, okay. What's the question before I go?
What,
Respectfully.
what stopped them before?
What stopped them from getting
If
together?
two, yeah, if two people reconnect years later, what stopped them before?
That's very an individual thing. Usually it could be cheating that stopped them before. It could be
I agree for cheating.
immature, and it could be immaturity. You know, um, that's on both of their parts.
Mhm.
That prevented them from getting together before. It could have been they drifted apart. And, maybe if they were younger, if they met in their 20s, maybe, career could have been a thing that made them go in different directions. And sometimes, you feel like this person, you may take the person for granted, and then you end up going in different directions, and you learn that, hey, what I had wasn't so bad after all. So, um, and then you find your way back to each other. So I think it's different reasons why why people, drift apart or end up not together at younger ages. And then they, mature, and sometimes you're better off. My cousin, she and her husband have, they were actually married, and they broke up for a while, and they got back together, and their relationship has been beautiful ever since. I don't know why they had a problem you know, when they did, but I know that when they got back together, it's been beautiful. So I think it's different reasons, why people separate. And I land with that. I land the plane.
Thank you for your womanly wise. Appreciate your presence. You already know that always.
Likewise, it's an honor. It's an honor, gentlemen. Thank you for
Yes.
having me.
Great night, Mother Earth.
Great night. Great night. Love to all.
Take it easy, love. Dirt. Two people reconnect years later. What stopped them before, man?
What stopped them before? I think only they know. I would say the biggest factor would be age, maturity, and desires, and want for desires, and what's more important. I would say, you know, when you have different things that you can provide and have provided for yourself, outside sources, actions, and and things like that. I think like those things can be factors, and just yourself. Like you come into a situation with a certain amount of pain, and your reaction towards different things, and I just think that it's just the time. Over time there's growth. So like I said, those people that met each other, they might have had the physical attraction, but they didn't have the mental attraction needed to maintain it. But they had the beginning part of just being physically attracted. Oh, this person's pretty. Oh, she thinks this guy's cute, type thing. Oh, I think this person's funny, but I think that it's obviously there were deeper things that were needed to maintain and stay together that both people didn't possess at the same time. So over time, hopefully those things have grew in those people, and now they can see it, and live through it because of that.
Shit. Hell.
I bid y'all good night, man.
Take it easy, my brother.
Love is love. Enjoy the show, man.
Respectful. Thank you, man. What stopped them before, man? The biggest thing I like that you and V said was maturity. I think the cheating is the act out of your immaturity. And when you do become mature, you start to recognize what's important. You feel me? Purposeful. And you start to think beyond yourself. So what stopped them is the selfishly thinking. And if they do reconnect, the connection is them obviously being on one accord. You feel me? Not
Yeah,
thinking individually.
hopefully, yeah.
I would definitely agree with the immaturity part, and be mature, as they say about the shit. If y'all gonna, you feel me, take it seriously. You dig? Yeah, affecting people's lives, people around you, and if y'all could, you feel me, walk in the light, walk in the right, do that. You dig?
What's going on outside?
What's going on? There's a comet dropping.
Nah, that was just me. Someone heard my door open and it's weird because it's after 10. I'm wondering who's opening my door.
I would say this media is dropping all over the place. Well, I appreciate you popping in, popping out. We about to land with these closing thoughts.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is the show over?
Yeah, we about to get up out of here.
All right. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. HSA come through.
You
Other
already
than
know.
that, great show.
I'm
Thank
gonna hit
you,
one
my guy.
commercial. Yeah, I'm gonna hit one commercial
all right.
and we're gonna come back. We're gonna hit a commercial and we're gonna come back with the closing thoughts. I think I hit everybody else. So yeah.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from my auntie uncle you know you had. And I am here for HSA and I am here for Hood Service Announcement. But the reason I want to talk to this man right now is April 17th. At the spot, that's 3325 Keithshire Way in Lexington, Kentucky. Comedy will be going down. In the words of my cousin, oh my God. Did I do it right?
It's oh my God. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. But anyway you say it, any variation, man, it's still all the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen, it's going down at the spot, man. Me, 34 and a half, man. We doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? Come see these jokes. We telling jokes at a high level, man. If you want to come out and laugh, you want to get some QT points with your girl, you know what I'm saying? You can do two things at once, man. So I expect to see you there, man, if you want to see a high quality show, you dig?
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. I just watched this man's special about like maybe whenever it released, maybe like a month ago, was it? Hilarious. I'm a hater. No, I'm a hater. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a hater.
Yeah.
So especially when I watch, it's like watching porn when you fuck good. It's sometimes you like I could have. He ain't holding his leg right.
Yeah.
This nigga was holding his leg right. At the library, he had to make a noise at the library.
Facts, man. That's what we do, man. We put in work, and the results show for themselves, man. Our resume ain't never been on trial, man. Real deal funny. So you know what I'm saying? The 18th at the spot, y'all pull up. You dig?
Thank you, my God. Bless.
You heard him. If y'all reconnect, like the show says, man, you don't chase anyone, but if y'all reconnect years later, before April 15th, go tap in with my guy, man. Closing thoughts. You know, tonight we heard a lot of people say, I don't chase anyone. And on the surface, that sounds strong. It sounds like standards. It sounds like self-worth. But sometimes it's just a well-dressed version of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish, fear of caring more than the other person. So instead of risking it, people sit back, they wait, they watch, they hope the other person moves first. And sometimes both people care, both people want it, but neither one is willing to take the one step forward. And just like that, something real never even gets the chance to take off. See, chasing isn't always about running after someone. Sometimes it's about showing up. Sometimes it's about saying, "Hey, I care about this." And you might get rejected, but you also might get clarity. And clarity is better than years of wandering. What if so maybe tonight's question isn't do you chase? It's this are you will is this. Are you willing to be seen trying because love doesn't always go to the person who waits sometimes. It goes to the person who's brave enough to take the one step forward and try to land it until the next and it goes hold on. Let me rewind that, pause, rewind. It always are you willing to be seen trying to be because love doesn't always go to the person who waits. Sometimes it goes to the person who's brave enough to take the one step. Let's say one step forward. Yeah, one step forward and try to land it. Until next time, watch your pride, check your distance, and don't let something real circle the airport forever. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.